Thank you for tuning in to the Truth Talks. I'm your host, Karina Rachel. I'm joined today by Crystal, and we're going to be talking about her experience in the foster care system. So Crystal, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience in the foster care system, how you ended up there?
I ended up with a fake felony for my birth mom. She ran from CPS for like years and years and years, and they caught me with a second-degree felony at 14. Oh, wow. And the police came out, they shut it all down, and that's when CPS took in hand and been in it since 14-ish, almost going on 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many different homes have you been in that time?
Really, I don't know how many homes, but I've been in a few RTCs and lots of shelters. I mean, because, like, when I was growing up, like, and I was been in psych wards, and, like, most of those times, like, long periods, and they just transport you to different ones. So it's like, you know, nothing really stable.
Right, it's hard to end up keeping track of all the different
places. I mean, like, I don't remember, like, how many. Just straight, I don't know.
And so you mentioned that there was some time in psych wards or psychiatric hospitals. Did you receive a mental health diagnosis?
I mean, yeah, I was diagnosed with a lot. I mean, they first started out with bipolar and then manic depression and then the PTSD. And then there's so much, like ADHD for sure. I mean, there's so many, like, I can't even remember them. I mean.
Do you know how many medications?
The most I remember taking was like 12 and a half pills, like, a day. That's not including night pills. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know the night pills, though. It was a lot. I mean, like, a lot of times, like, me just taking them makes me, like, want to, like, commit suicide or just, you know, walk along those lines, you know. But then when I was in foster care at my last placement, one of the girls, she was 12 years old, she had committed suicide one night and she hung herself. I mean, like, because she didn't feel wanted. Because a lot of medications she said she was on, it wasn't worth it, you know.
So the medications actually made you feel worse?
Yes. I mean, this is my point, is what I see doctors, and I'm going to be a doctor pretty soon, or hopefully trying to. I know the fact that doctors do get, like, money for every prescription they write. So I think the thing is the doctors keep throwing the prescriptions out, you know. Don't care about the children, you know. It's just the money. That's already what the state is about, is the money. They don't care about the child's health, the needs, you know, and they don't care about evening out what's really going on. They don't look into stuff that's right. Like, I had a caseworker, she was in Houston, and I asked her, like, multiple times to come by and stop and visit with me. And she said, okay, I'll come. But then the day was up, and I'm calling, like, where you at? And she's, oh, well, I had to go back. Come on, like, okay. I haven't seen you for, 8-9 months, and you're not even making any effort to step forward to the kid that you took away. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah. So what other things did you experience while you were in those foster care homes that you think people need to know about? What do people need to know about that's happening?
I mean, what I think people need to know about is people, okay, first of all, foster parents, adoption. I don't think 98% of them don't want the children. They want the money. And what I've seen people through Angel Reach people through Angel Reach come from foster homes. Like, it's like half foster and half RTCs or shelters. I mean, I think it's horrible. I think they need more training. Absolutely. Like, more and more in training. They need to be pushed enough for patience. There's no patience in children in foster care. There's zero.
Right.
I mean, there's, like, kids that need help, and they need needs to be met. But, you know, CPS don't care. They just throw them in places I mean, like, when you get comfortable, they're off to another one, you know?
Right.
It's just like, they don't care.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
So how did you end up, let's talk about when you aged out of the system, what happened at that time and how you ended up with Angel Reach.
I was 18. I was trying to finish my GED, but I didn't finish it really. So they kept me 2 months after 18, and I had no place to go. I was looking. I couldn't go back to my hometown because I know my mom was like, wanting me. Like, I don't know how to explain. Like, it was hard to be around that town or just thinking about it. Because so much traumatic stuff happening. So they found Angel Reach, and I went to an interview and then got accepted, and just live it. You can't just let this hold you back. But people that continue to let it hold back, it's not gonna go nowhere. It's just gonna stay there, and you're just gonna be like, oh, I'm just a foster kid. You're not a foster kid. You're a grown adult. They need to grow up. But to me, honestly, CPS should not just have PALS classes where they prepare you for adult living. I think they really do need more different type of classes that are required before they age out of any kind of foster homes, CPS, RTC shelters, or anything. I think they need to be more stable to know what's really going on. Because when I left, I got hit like in the door, like boom. Right. I mean, money. I mean, you have to have a job. You have to pay rent. I mean, it's like the whole adult hits you like that, and it's kind of hard to imagine. Like, oh, I'm gonna be okay, and no, it's not.
Right. It's really difficult. So, do you feel that Angel Reach has given you maybe a second chance? Has given you an opportunity to pursue your dreams of being a doctor?
Yeah. Honestly, like not too long ago, I got kicked out of Angel Reach. I got on the wrong kind of medications, and I didn't want to take them, really all of them. So I kind of went off the deep end, and I got kicked out of Angel Reach. I was staying in the Salvation Army for about 2 or 3 months, and when I finally got a job, they had kicked me out because I was trying to go to work because I had no ride. I was walking like 13, 14 miles a day at least to work there. That's only to there, and then it's like 13 and a half back.
Wow.
Yeah, and like they kicked me out, so I was like really on the streets, like, I mean, day in, day out, and there's no shelter. Like, I've been left out in the rain where it's like storming, like, yeah, I mean, like, I learned the hard way, but it's not easy for other people to take the hard way. I mean, you can't have it all given to you, what CPS supposedly does. I just think they need to be know what's more aware of instead of just this, and this. It's talking all a mess. It should just be, given,
Right.
Because the streets are not a good idea ever. I mean, ever. Because you get picked up. I mean, people try to talk to you, put them in your trucks. I mean, yeah.
Right. It's a dangerous place.
Yeah.
So what if you could, say something to other foster youth that are out there that are experiencing the struggles that you have experienced? What would you want to say to them?
I would say suicide is not the way. If you feel like depressed or you feel like nobody wants you, there's people out there that really wants to help you, and you just have to find the right kind of people. And it can take time, but just don't end it just because you feel unwanted. Because I know every CPS child feels unwanted 100%. Like, there's no doubt they will ever feel wanted in CPS. So I think suicide just needs to be out. Criminal activity is another one. A lot of kids that I've seen throughout the homes and places, they tend to act out and get locked up. and they come back and it's a repeat, and they break their probationary, and then they're locked up in big jail, and warrants come out, and there goes their future. I think fighting is not the option to solve problems, even though if they're raised like that.
Right.
I think they need to learn to talk about it, because fighting ain't about it. I fought a lot, so it got me nowhere. It's got me in more and more trouble. So I think fighting and suicide and going to jail, that needs to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it needs to stop. It's not worth it.
Right. And do you think that there's improvements that could be made by the state, actually in the system, that would maybe help to provide a better environment for these kids?
I mean, actually, yeah, I've been thinking about it lately, since about this trip. The RTCs, I know, like, kids, I don't know how to put this, like, when they're a locked down facility where their school's in a facility, they're known to be really bad, because there's zero freedom and opportunity to meet other people, and it's gonna make them really, like, worse. And of course, if they try to run away or something, then the police is called.
Right.
So I think that should be changed to no lockdown. I mean, because how do you expect for somebody to continue to grow? They're stuck in this little house for, like, who knows, like, years, months, weeks, days,
Mm-hmm.
I think that shouldn't really happen. I think also mentors, they should have, like, contracted or, like, stable mentors or people that know they'll be there. Like, CASA workers, they come, but once something happens, they leave, and then it's like you're broke. I mean, because you trust them more than your caseworker, and your caseworker is supposed to be on top of everything. So I think mentors, or some guidance. If they don't want a mentor, then CPS should just continue to guide them to positive instead of down on them and talking down on them. I don't think that's right. I mean, honestly, CPS says I was stupid and, like, I can't make it, or, all these things. They weren't literally saying to my face, but their actions show a way bigger difference. Like, oh, you can do this and this. And the next thing you know, they're talking mess to, like, your parents or, your staff members. So, I mean, they need better communication.
So, Crystal, can you talk a little bit more about your experience on the medications? You talked about that they kind of are maybe using medications instead of actually caring for these kids and giving some compassion. What was it like for you being on those medications?
I mean, on medications, I'm not gonna lie, suicide. I mean, constantly something happens bad, it's just suicide,
Wow.
Like, I mean, like, they say don't talk like that. If you say this, then you're gonna be put in psych wards, and there goes more diagnosis.
Right.
I mean, they don't care. Like, CPS really does not care about any situation that you're in. People out there in CPS get molested, and that causes depression, and then like, more medication. I mean, like, just throw medication. I guarantee you the psychiatrist makes more money than the foster parents. I guarantee you they do that for how many medications they are on.
Right. So when you aged out of the system, are you still on?
I'm on one medication, from 12 and a half to one medication. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really excited about it, and I'm hopefully getting off of it pretty soon. I'm working on it.
Okay. Yeah. And so is that, like, I guess, like a withdrawal process or a tapering off process, or did you just when you aged out, it was like immediately off of those medications?
I mean, I'm going off of it, but I do want to talk about this one medication I was on. I've been taking. My dad committed suicide when I was 5, and they diagnosed me with with ADHD, and I've been on this medication for 5 years old till like I think maybe 17, 18, probably 18. I've been on since then. When I came off of it, I was withdrawn from it. I thought that I was so addicted to it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I took it so long. It's like if I don't have it, then it's like I'm breaking down and down and down. And then the bipolar kicks in, you know, supposedly. It's just, it feels weird. Like, you be on so many medications and then you don't take it. It's like what am I doing? Like, who am I? Like, this today, that's still what I'm trying to figure out. Because medication is so controllable. I mean, it feeds your mind and you get off of it. And it's like, whoa, who's me? Like, you know, it's kind of hard to find out who you really are, you know?
Right.
I think, I don't know, man. It's just hard. It's coming off the medications.
Right. So to end on a positive note, do you want to talk a little bit about the path that you're on now?
With Angel Reach or?
Yeah, with Angel Reach and the schooling that you're doing. Okay,
well, I got a job. I got two promotions within 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm trying to finish my GED, and then I'm going to get my CNA schooling stuff done, and then I'm gonna keep it and go for my RN, and then keep it for like a year and a half, maybe 2, and then go straight for my doctor's degree. And I got my own house.
Cool.
I mean, it's just amazing for Angel Reach to know, like, they're always there just to support you, no matter what. When I got kids out, there's still somebody in that program to support you, no matter what it was. I mean, there's always somebody in some situation that will support you. Like Angel Reach, I don't know. I think like a few kids left, didn't come back, probably 1, 2, 3 maybe. But I guarantee people that leave come straight back. I mean, there's no negative thing about Angel Reach, you know. This is people not used to different personalities in a house. You know, they live in this house for so long, then they come to a new one. It's more freedom. Then you're like going crazy,
right? And
people are not used to that, so they just tend to like leave, but they come back within a month or less, maybe 2. I mean, it's amazing. Like Angel Reach, I will support Angel Reach all the way until I die. I mean, like, I'm not even joking. Like, it's unbelievable. That's all I gotta say. It's unbelievable.
Great. Is there anything else you want to share about your experience, or?
Oh man, nothing really. I mean, that's about it. That's like the main.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Crystal, thank you so much for being here with me today and for opening up to us to share your story. We wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you will subscribe to our channel so you can see all of my future videos in this series, continuing to interview foster care survivors. I hope that you enjoyed this video and you'll leave your comments below. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Thanks for watching.